so appreciate you being here because you've seen a lot in your years. First off, tell us about Obamacare and its impact from your standpoint.
It's too expensive. It regulates way too much. It takes away choice. Those are the big problems. And Obamacare is costing a lot of people a lot of money, including a lot of health insurance companies. I think United Healthcare just reported about a $200 million loss in the last quarter because of the regulations and the expense and the lack of profitability. So it's got huge problems that need to be changed by the next Congress and the next president.
What kind of changes do you want to see? Is Donald Trump up to the task to leading this thing?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Absolutely. Donald Trump is the type of person that brings in the best minds. And the best minds are going to be able to come in with new things. You know, refundable tax credits is the first one that you're going to bring in. You're going to have to be able to allow for more competition, more choice. You're going to have to allow for individuals to be able to still have equal coverage, which they have right now. That's the one good part about Obamacare. And so there are a few good things that need to be saved, but overall it needs to have a real overhaul. And Obama needs to step aside so Donald Trump can fix it. Paul Ryan can fix it. Paul Ryan, I was so proud of him last night coming from Wisconsin. Yeah. Paul Ryan has really studied health care. Paul Ryan knows health care. I've had a chance to talk to him. He's got a lot of opportunities now to make the necessary changes to improve it, make it competitive, get rid of the regulations, and make it the type of thing that all of us want, a health insurance that works.
Interesting.
Governor, it is very clear if Hillary Clinton wins the White House what is going to happen with Obamacare. Both President Obama and Hillary Clinton just in the last couple of weeks have said, we want a public option. So we're going to fix the problems of Obamacare with more government. It's a road to single payer. It is a road to the death of private insurance as we know it. Medicare is already going bankrupt. This will really bankrupt the country, would it not?
Oh, there's no question about it. But, you know, you got to take a look at where Hillary Clinton comes from. You know, Hillary Care was headed in the direction. Hillary Care wants the government. Most liberals want the government to take over health care. That would be a tantamount to disaster.
That's letting elected officials essentially make decisions about your health care, about what do you get and what don't you get.
Well, that's very troubling, obviously. But the other troubling thing is, do they not see, like, and connect the dots in terms of what the cost has done to business? Why, if they are going to be paying more for health care, being forced to offer health care benefits for anybody who has more than 50 employees, they're not going to do it, and they're not going to hire. I mean, isn't that part of the unemployment story that we talk about every day?
It's absolutely correct, Maria. You're so correct, because, you know, government, the liberals really believe, you know, just have the government do it, things are going to go better. And it's not going to cost anybody any money. We're going to be able to cover everybody. We're going to be able to over-regulate. The truth of the matter is it's just going to bankrupt the system. And we've already seen Obamacare is headed in that direction. Right. That's why we have to change it.
So you were saying how proud you were of Paul Ryan in his speech last night, and it was quite a ringing endorsement of Trump and a unifying speech. I'm looking, and I'm curious what you're looking for tonight, out of Senators Cruz and Rubio. I'm curious to see if Cruz actually endorses Trump tonight and what happens there. What do you think is going to happen tonight? Do you think Senator Cruz should endorse Trump? Should Senator Rubio? What should happen tonight?
Absolutely, they should endorse him.
If he comes here and doesn't endorse, that would be outrageous. What? If he comes here and doesn't endorse.
Absolutely. I mean, we're here to unify the party. Why shouldn't they come and endorse? If they're going to get up to speak and say, oh, I'm mad, I'm still upset, we're still going to run the campaign again? Absolutely not. Don't show up. We're here to unify the party. We're here to win. The difference is, as everybody knows, Obamacare has got to go by the wayside, and we got to make changes. And we have to make sure that Hillary Care doesn't come back in and make it even worse.
And here's another implication. A new report this week says the Department of Justice is planning to block 2 mergers in the healthcare industry. You've got Anthem's proposed acquisition of Cigna and Aetna's combination with Humana. As HHS Secretary, former, do you think the DOJ should be stepping in to stop these mergers?
I think that the free enterprise system does a much better job when it's allowed to operate themselves and be able to make the kind of business decisions that's best for their company and for their shareholders. I'm on the board of Centene. We just went through our merger, and we're now the 4th largest health insurance company in the country. And so Centene is doing well. Department of Justice allowed us to go ahead. But the truth of the matter is, I think the Department of Justice needs to take a step backwards and say, what's good for the economy? These business people know what's good for their company and the shareholders. Let's make sure that happens.
Yeah. But this is Obama's government.
This is Obama's government. Over-regulation, over-taxation.
Yeah.
And that's what's killing us. We need to open up, and that's what Donald Trump is going to do. That's what Mike Pence and Paul Ryan is all about. Let's open up the enterprise. Let's let the free enterprise work at its best. Let's allow the companies to be able to make their own decisions. Let's get rid of the regulations and the overtaxation and Obamacare and over-regulations, and we are going to be able to really ignite the economy. That's what I'm excited about.
Yeah.
In terms of the entitlements, though, is there enough? Because Donald Trump has been criticized for not really talking about reforming Social Security and Medicare. The trustees report that came out, Medicare, you know, we've got Obamacare. Medicare is going to go bankrupt 2 years earlier than originally thought. 12 years from now,
2028.
Right, will be depleted. But
Wow.
is that, I mean, who's going to focus on that? Because Paul Ryan does want to. You're not hearing it from the Trump campaign as much.
Yes, but why bring it up right now? I mean, he's not even elected. I mean, let's get him elected. I am absolutely certain with Paul Ryan leading the efforts in the House of Representatives, we're going to have meaningful changes, and that's what we need to do. We got to make sure that we don't scare people. We got to make sure that the changes are going to be right, and they're going to be able to save the system. We want to save Medicare, save Social Security, save the health care system, allow independence, allow the reduction of regulations, taxation, and let's let the system work.
Yeah, it's pretty extraordinary when you look at these numbers. You mentioned it a minute ago. United Health, with its second quarter earnings, posting another $200 million in losses because of the Obamacare plans. These mounting losses, United Health booking, basically projecting total ACA, Affordable Care Act loss for the year to $850 million. The numbers say the story.
You're starting to talk about real money, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, it's not real if it's the government spending your tax dollars. It's not really real. But I'm mocked.
Does this move the needle in terms of government recognizing this and making changes?
Well, that's what Donald Trump is all about. Donald Trump says, you know, we made poor decisions. Poor decisions. Let's start making good decisions. Let's start opening up the system and allowing individual business people to make the right decisions and allow individual people like you and I to make our own decisions on health care, which you said. Let's let us make the decision.
Right.
Let's choice operate.
You think he can beat Hillary Clinton? I mean, you look at the polls.
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt. Because,
without a doubt.
But the polls show a real tight situation.
Well, sure, but I mean, he started way down here.
Yeah.
He's only been a candidate for a year.
Okay.
What do you expect? I believe Hillary Clinton's been around a while, hasn't she?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's about time to make a change. Let's take a change.
She's been